They say there's something in the northern forests, something ancient and hungry. Today, you'll hear a chilling story about a lone hunter, a snowstorm, and a creature that might not be a legend after all. Northern Minnesota, dense forest, freezing winter. James Mitchell, 43, was a wilderness guide. He had spent most of his life outdoors, leading hunters and hikers through miles of uncharted land. A tough guy, rational, didn't believe in the paranormal, until one January weekend changed everything. He was scouting a new trail near the Canadian border, alone. The snow was falling harder than expected, but he had supplies, a rifle, a satellite phone. He wasn't worried. On the second night, the storm turned brutal. Visibility dropped. The wind howled through the trees like screams. He took shelter in a small emergency cabin used by forest rangers. That's when it all began. He heard a crack in the snow. Heavy, deliberate footsteps. At first he thought it was a moose, or maybe a bear out of season. But the footsteps stopped. Something stood there for a long time. Then came the scratching, long, slow, like claws on wood. James didn't move. He just listened. Suddenly, a voice, a whisper, at the station. Impossible. He hadn't seen anyone in days. He pointed his rifle at the door and shouted, "Who's there?" Silence. Then, scraping on the roof. James didn't sleep. All night he heard footsteps above him, circling the cabin, out of sight. In the morning the roof was clear, but in the snow, massive footprints, long toes, deep claws. Too big for a man. Too strange for any animal. He followed them just a few meters, then they vanished. Gone. As if the thing had disappeared mid-stride. Later that day, he fled, called off the scouting trip. He told no one. Years later, James finally told the story to his niece, Emily. She was doing a college project on folklore. When he finished, she was pale. She asked, "Did it seem hungry? Tall? With grey skin and sunken eyes?" James nodded, confused. "Yeah. How did you know?" Emily showed him a book on Algonquian legends. She turned a page and pointed. There it was. A drawing of the Wendigo. A forest spirit, born from cold, isolation, and cannibalism. They say it mimics human voices. They say it stalks those. So, do you still believe the Wendigo is just a campfire story? If this gave you chills, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with someone who loves scary stories. And tell us in the comments, would you survive one night alone in the frozen woods? Until next time, stay warm, stay safe. And if something calls your name from the dark, don't answer.